there, Virgos. Welcome to my channel, Straight Talking Tarot, Liberty Lane Guidance and Tarot. Anyhow, I've laid the cards as usual. I don't bother to shuffle, so to save some time, I am using the Wandering Star Tarot today. And because we've got Venus going retrograde, I also felt I would like to use the Healing Fairies cards by Doreen Virtue, one of her original early decks. And we're also going to look at the Oracle of the Roses card deck, which is actually quite beautiful, and I'm going to make the rest as we go along. So Virgos, let's have a look. Okay, so this is what you're coming in with. Okay, I feel like in some way you have been definitely going with the flow, which I think is the best thing you can be doing. And we're going to have a look. I'm just going to open all three cards. Interesting, we've got all court cards. Okay, so we've got the Knight of Wands here. Okay, so as you can see, we've got this beautiful, intuitive, dynamic, strong card. So I feel like as you're coming into this reading for this period, which is really, I'm recording this towards the end of July, and this is going to go on for the next 2 weeks, and of course longer depending on when you see this message. I also did not bother channeling any message this time. I'm going to actually just see what the cards will dictate for the theme for yourselves. So I feel like in some way you have been going with the flow, you've been, being intuitively guided, and I feel like this is also to do with your work. So a lot of you Virgos possibly could see, where could I be establishing myself? What is it that I value, and I want to make something cultivate on something that's really important to me. Okay, of course this is going to vary person to person, so I would say that it is really wise that you use your interior, your interior compass for what you want, because here we've got the Queen of Pentacles as well, and you can see she's holding a coin, and this is a real brilliant time to be really asking yourself, what will bring me pleasure? What financial pleasure? Okay, so of course it's going to be sexual pleasure, it could be playful pleasure, but I'm picking this up as something about your value. What is it that you value in life, and what is it that you really want to do? This is the key questions that really everybody ought to be asking. And Virgos, I'm really pleased to see that this is something you have been doing, trusting yourself to see what is going to grow. All right, I want to use you to use your heart as your eyes. Okay, so what is it from my heart center that I want to do? Okay, this is now we're moving away from the head. Okay, as a Virgo sign, your ruling planet is Mercury, which is also a very heady thinking planet. Okay, now the other thing as well, you are an earth sign, so you know how to bring things tangibly down to earth, which is one of your greatest skills, and you're very good at details. Okay, so this is a fantastic time, Virgos, for you to really think about the detailing of your personal lifestyle. How is it I want to cultivate? What is it I want to do? What is going to give me emotional pleasure is the overall message. Here we've got also the King of Cups. So again, very much heart-centered living and becoming a mastery at actually intuitively sensing what is required out in the world, but really coming from what would make me feel alive, Virgos. So let's have a quick look. Okay, this is so I've got, like I said, 3 of the Healing Fairy cards, and the first card, this is about awakening your true self, and this has come on top as a clarifier to the Knight of Wands. And like I said, this is really important. That awakening your true self means you're beginning to trust your actual intuition and trusting what is true for you, and it's coming away from what should I do, or what should I love, to actually what do I love. Okay, so this is really key. And like I said, with Venus retrograde coming up, rather in the kind of vibration and the energy of the skies at the moment, you couldn't be doing anything better than actually awakening the true core self and asking yourself some core essential questions. Now, in support to that, we've got also some here. I've got the higher consciousness card. So as you can see, this is a real time to tap into something beyond maybe the earthly level, and actually tapping into what inspiration, what sort of creative inspiration have I got. If you look at the image clearly. There are 4 major, in fact 5 bright stars here, and there's an image. She's looking at 1 as well. So maybe there is something, you might have a few things going on, and there's one thing that you're really wanting to focus on, and maybe it's asking you to actually focus on, because again, this comes with the Queen of Pentacles, which is really important that you use your experience, the wisdom that you've gained, to start moving towards your truth, okay, and what is important to you. Now this is, because this is a general reading, this will also of course pertain to your love life as well, and a brilliant time to kind of review your personal life, your relationships as well. And I feel like this is about what I'm getting bang for my money, so in some way for my actions. So if I'm actually not over delivering, maybe some of you are actually, so if you're over giving, maybe this is about actually really drawing in the truth about what will equalize the relationship and put things on an equal even keel for some of you. Okay, now the other color here is definitely, look at this beautiful card that we've got here for the, so Virgos, this is now really time to follow your dreams. This is both in the literal sense, okay, going out in the world and following your dreams, and if you look, she's sleeping here and she's getting a lot of messages in the course of her sleep. This with the King of Cups tells me as well that perhaps you have some ideal partner in mind. Maybe you have some kind of values that you want to have with your partner. This is all very important and not to be ignored. I feel like some of you actually will get some news, possibly about some new partnership, or some news about a new, even to the point that I would say even possible pregnancy, or a delivery of something brand new coming into your life. Okay, it could be related to dreams that you've always wanted, maybe something you've always wanted, maybe it's your favorite home, something new beginning. There's definitely a new beginning energy for yourselves, Virgo. Okay, I am going to leave the reading here for now. All right, I don't feel anything that's toward, but you have got basically an opportunity to really assess where it is you want to go, what is going to give me emotional fulfillment, and where is it I need to really open my heart, eyes, and see with the heart. Now, seeing with the heart does not mean you become a pushover or a wallflower or even a doormat. Okay, it's really important that you use your inner heart sense to actually navigate the truth for yourselves. Okay, and I feel like some of you definitely, through some meditative practices as well, that will help you and enhance the direction you want to go in. Okay, speaking of that, I'm going to now actually choose the chakras. Some of you know that I do the chakras here. Okay, and you've got the third eye, so this is really is absolutely brilliant, because we've got the third eye here, which is the higher consciousness as well. Okay, so this is about using your third eye to intuit what needs to come in. Okay, I would recommend maybe sitting daily for the next 2-3 weeks, connecting to your third eye. Obviously all the chakras being tuned up is the best way to go forward, but in your case for the next 2-3 weeks, use your third eye to guide you forward, so you've got the perspective of what it is that you want and the clarity that you want, so you can see, hear, and sense what's completely right for you. Okay, I happen to have an affirmation that you can recite. Let me have a look here. I imagine the life I would like to have, and I encourage my thoughts to be truthful, wise, and discerning. Okay, these are just some cards that I've printed out years ago and laminated them. I'm going to repeat that. Okay, so this is a really good one for you, Virgos. I imagine the life I would like to have, and I encourage my thoughts to be truthful, wise, and discerning. So you see, this is it really encapsulates these 3 cards, okay, because this is about you using your imagination, all right, and making clear what you really want. You've got the higher consciousness here as well to help you gain the clarity. And if you notice, she's looking at the one star that's the brightest, and this is really, really important, because that's where your truthfulness and your discernment and your wisdom will come in. Okay, so you're being encouraged, particularly Virgos, to trust that truth in awakening your true self in order to create the financial abundance as well, because the Queen of Pentacles, she has mastered, and she's mastering her creativity. Her craft is, it's on her, she carries it with her. Okay, she's a very comfortable queen. She's a no-nonsense queen as well. She knows exactly what she wants. She knows exactly how she wants to do her work, her business, or her home life. Okay, and it's up to you to really take charge of that. And if you see, she's holding that coin, and look at the elements. There's a star there, so I want you to think about 5 areas of your life that you can maybe bring that in to your daily activity and your awareness. It could be your home life, it could be your work life, it could be relationships, it could be your hobbies, your spirituality. But I want you to integrate a sense of wisdom and a sense of kind of higher enhancement when it comes to various elements and values in your life. So choose 5 values, because you could be doing that, particularly with Venus going retrograde, and we are in the retrograde season all the way up to the September 3rd, 4th. So it is a great time for you to nourish those elements of your life. All right, I'm going to have a quick look at the Rose Oracle. Okay, this one I will I'm shuffling now, but I haven't selected as yet. Okay, so really important. Let's have a look. I'm just going to choose one for you guys. Okay, the Gambler. This is the Fortune Yellow Rose. So perhaps here you're thinking of a new project and you don't know which way it's going to go. But let me have a look. This is an absolutely beautiful card. Okay, these are really, they're quite unusual. I forgot how I I'm falling upon them, but they're gorgeous. So this is the Garden Rose, and it's an old Garden Rose, okay, and it's a Fortune's Yellow Rose. So let me have a look what this could actually help you with. Okay, the Gambler, I'm going to assume that you're going to be gambling on something. Maybe you're going to be hedging your bets about something, taking a risk on something. Okay, it says here, what story are you living or telling yourself, and how does that make you feel? All right, which is also really interesting because you've got this card. So in some way, be mindful of what you're thinking and what perhaps limitations you might be creating for yourself, or maybe you can expand your mind and say, I actually can go for X, Y, and Z. All right, it says here, myths, excitement, drama, dreams, and oh, sorry, I was reading the wrong one. It says here, when you are unfulfilled, what do you think is missing in your life? Again, this is about true self, isn't it? Okay, so it's really important that, if you're living a life that's not truthful, all right, you are going to be feeling very unfulfilled. So this is an opportunity for you to now really reduce and wash away, take strategy, risk, stamina, optimism, and intuition. Okay, now you also have, the King of Cups as a very intuitive centered card. So really important, because also if you notice, he's got a fish around his neck there. All right, so this fish also is about the intuition. It flows with life. It knows exactly which direction to go, and it will swim towards what it wants. Okay, and I really feel that this is an exact affirmation or confirmation for you to do that. So I'm sorry about getting confused with that earlier, the wrong page there. But it says, when you feel unfulfilled, what do you think is missing in your life? So this is a question perhaps for you to take away, and then trust your intuition to guide you. All right, Virgos, I'm going to leave it here because I feel that in some way that, you do need to take a risk. It says here, taking a risk could be needed, but ensure you're willing to live with the eventual outcome, as this time is a time of unsettled energies. Okay, so you could win it all or lose it, and you could play it safe. But whatever you decide to do, just watch out for the unexpected as well. And that would be very true, because I believe we've got some Uranian planetary activity happening that would can invoke an unexpected suddenness for a lot of the signs. And again, it's going to be a different theme for all of you. Okay, but as I like to keep it straight talking tarot, I just want to stick to what the cards have to say. Listen to your inner voice here again, okay? And also you're following your own dreams. This is, look, she's being whispered the solution in the inner voice, even in her dream state. You can see all these little cherubs actually whispering to her. So trust your inner voice over an external person. Very important, okay? The Gambler does not leave things to fate, but rather works with deliberation to ensure that the odds are stacked a little better in their favor. And I think as a Virgo with the rising, or any placements, by the way, that you are skilled at that, because you're actually very discerning as a sign. Okay, occasional risk takings are better than definitely playing the long game. So sometimes we do have to come out of our comfort zone as well to take a risk, and then see, maybe not being to see everything that's sort of on the horizon, but definitely actually taking a massive leap forward, I would say, Virgos, for you to follow your dreams and to make something happen. So I hope this resonated for you, anyone who's listening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And I really want to thank all the new subscribers. The channel is growing slowly but surely, but I really appreciate the new subscribers for being here. If this is your first time, I hope you enjoyed this as a Virgo. And this is also really good for Virgo North nodes, by the way. And I will just catch you next time. Thanks for listening. Thank you. Bye for now. Bye.